Former PM Datuk Seri Najib Razak has claimed trial at the High Court to 3 counts of money laundering of 47 million ringgit involving former 1MDB subsidiary SRC International. Najib is charged with receiving 3 tranches of payment in his M-Bank Islamic account. One tranche amounted to 27 million ringgit, while the other 2 involved 10 million ringgit each. He is charged under the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. He stands to face a maximum fine of 5 million ringgit or maximum jail sentence of 5 years or both if convicted. The High Court has fixed April 17th for the case to be mentioned. Besides these charges, Najib is also facing 7 charges involving money laundering and abuse of power. Cahaya Mata Sarawak's indirect JV entity has been awarded the contract to construct a bridge crossing with a connecting road in Bintulu for 466.68 million ringgit. The contract was awarded by the Sarawak government to PPES Works CCCC JV. The entity is a 50-50 JV between PPES Works Sarawak and China Communications Construction Company Malaysia. CMS has an indirect 25.5% stake in the JV. Known as Package 5, the scope of work includes the proposed construction and completion of the proposed Bintulu-Jepak Bridge crossing Kuala Kemana. The cable-stayed bridge will be 1,048 metres long with a 4-lane double carriageway. The contract runs for 4 years to April 2, 2023. CMS Group Operations CEO Goh Chi Beng says that he is sure that the partnership with CCCC, given its distinguished portfolio and past achievements, will be of great value to the CMS Group as the 2 companies unite to bring about a more connected and rapidly developing Sarawak. Oil and gas support services provider Dayang Enterprise Holdings has signed a memorandum of understanding with Melaka government-owned PKNM Energy and Main Velocity to jointly undertake projects in Melaka. The scope of the projects include oil and gas and construction-related works. Dayang says the MOU is to record the mutual understanding and current intent of the parties to explore a working relationship. The MOU will remain in force for 6 months or until the relevant agreement is executed, whichever comes first. PKNM is a wholly owned subsidiary of Perbadanan Kemajuan Negeri Melaka, while Main Velocity is involved in projects including pipeline installation and petrochemical industrial maintenance. PKNM's role will be in procuring local resources and to supervise and monitor the planning and progress. Dayang will be fully responsible for the business strategy, while Main Velocity's part is as business development strategist. MIER Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Sulaiman Mahbub has called for the role of GLCs like Malaysia Airlines to be more clearly defined. He adds that what is important is to study the role of GLCs in totality. Sulaiman says GLCs are currently caught in the middle of being neither a government nor a private agency. According to Bernama, Sulaiman says that when he was Telecom Malaysia chairman, the GLC had to carry out many social responsibility programs. This included providing scholarships and helping Bumiputra vendors. STM had to shoulder many responsibilities. He says it cannot be compared with private companies like Maxis, calling it an apples to orange comparison. Sulaiman, however, declined to comment on the government's stated intention of weighing various options before making a decision on the fate of Malaysia Airlines. To recap, PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad was reported as saying yesterday that closing down the airline was an option, and the government would study the situation before deciding whether to shut down the airline, divest its assets or refinance its debts. The government has yet to finalise the new mechanism for a targeted fuel subsidy, as Putrajaya is now devising a measure that could also include those who use boats as their primary transportation mode and rural communities that use diesel for electricity generators. Deputy Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Chong Tian-jen says the government is also mulling over whether to give cash or rebates to those who are entitled to the fuel subsidy. Nonetheless, Chong says there is no change to the date to implement this new mechanism, which is at the end of second quarter 2019. The government will run a pilot program before rolling out the mechanism to the whole country. Chong told Parliament that the MOF has opened a tender for any parties to submit their proposal on the implementation of the new fuel subsidy. The proposals are still being studied by both his ministry and the MOF.